Good evening. Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rungtip Chonapawai, in the wake of the Constitution Court's verdict on the petitions against the Charter Amendment process last Friday. The House Speaker has suggested that Parliament replace the current Charter draft with a new draft so as to avoid future compliance. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister will discuss the matter with the Cabinet tomorrow before seeking the Council of State's interpretation of the Constitution Court's verdict. Last Friday, the Constitution Court dismissed complaints that the government's bill to amend Article 291 of the current charter was an attempt to overthrow the constitutional monarchy. Following the verdict, Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra will bring the matter to the Cabinet for deliberation tomorrow. The Council of State's interpretation of the court's verdict will also be sought and presented at the Cabinet meeting next week to determine if Parliament should press ahead with its third reading of the bill to amend Article 291 of the Constitution and whether to seek a public referendum before or after a charter rewrite. Earlier, House Speaker Somsak Kiatsuranont assigned Parliament's legal team to gather information and deliberate on whether the Constitution Court's injunction is binding on Parliament. The House Speaker explained that this process is essential in determining when the public referendum should be carried out. Nevertheless, he personally thought that the best solution would be to withdraw the bill to amend Article 291 and instead to start afresh and amend the Charter article by article to avoid possible misinterpretation of the government's constitution rewrite, while also saving state funds required to conduct a public referendum. Yet, the decision rests upon the National Assembly. The House Speaker, however, did not comment on the proposal of the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship, or UDD, to proceed with the third reading of the amendment bill, as well as the Nitirat Group's suggestion to dissolve the court and replace it with a new panel of judges for the protection of the constitutional system. Somsak only responded that the UDD and the Nitirat Group have every constitutional right to express different point of views and recommended the conciliation bill be removed from Parliament's consideration to ease the tense atmosphere. The Democrat Party, on the other hand, will be meeting over the next 2 days to discuss the party's direction on the third reading of the bill to amend Article 291 if it is proceed. Still, Narit Khamnurak, Democrat Party whip, noted that amending the charter cannot be done unless it is altered section by section. Therefore, the government should not continue with the third reading as it would provoke further political instability. The Minister of the Interior points out that adjusting manpower at the Thai-Cambodia border near Phra Vihear will not affect the sovereignty of Thailand, as it is being done as a result of the consensus reached between the two countries. During the meeting between the Interior Minister, Foreign Minister and Air Chief Marshal Sukampol Suvarnabhumi, the Interior Minister pointed out that Cambodia and Thailand have discussed and have come to an agreement for both countries to adjust their military presence in the area. However, the details of any changes will be decided upon the senior authorities and will not affect Thailand's power. The Interior Minister has called the mutual understanding as this might lead to the reopening of Phra Vihear to tourists from Thailand. July 18th will be a year since the Court of International Justice ordered Thailand and Cambodia adjust military power in the demilitarized area around Phra Vihear. The 25th Infantry Unit insists that the area encroached upon by the 92 Thai nationals is clearly the Myanmar territory. The officer added that previously many Thais have been held for illegal entry into Myanmar and drug possession. The claim by family members of the 92 Thais detained in Myanmar for encroachment offences that the land concerned is actually Thai-owned and has been used for rubber plantations since 1996 was refuted by the commander of the 25th Infantry Unit, who insisted that Thailand and the UK have defined the area as Myanmar's territory since 1868. The official also warned villagers to stay away from the controversial zone as Myanmar authorities are undertaking a lot more surveillance along the border. Meanwhile, a human rights and peace studies scholar at Mahidol University suggested that the problem of Thai citizens encroaching on the neighbor's land to run plantations is rooted in the fact that land reform policy in the past was unfair. The locals' rights to own and inherit land were seriously compromised by the government and capitalists. The Mahidol University professor concluded that if the property law concerning land ownership is improved, the issue of encroachment will disappear. Thai law enforcement clashes with suspected drug traffickers early on Sunday morning, killing 8 smugglers in a joint operation between Thai National Police Narcotics Suppression Bureau, Border Patrol Police and the 3rd Regional Army near the Thai-Myanmar border in the northern district of Mesai.
The Thai National Police Chief flew to the area to inspect the site of the clash between the suspected traffickers and 50 police and army officers. Police say they confiscated several weapons, including AK-47 rifles and 9mm handguns. They said they found 8 sacks containing more than 500,000 methamphetamine pills and some 30 kilograms of crystal methamphetamine at the scene. Authorities said that in addition to the 8 dead suspects, 3 to 5 more suspected smugglers escaped during the raid, but law enforcement officers suffered no casualties. Hugh Adams, ThaiPBS.
Thank you, Kun Hugh. This morning, the Prime Minister met with the Airports Organization of Thailand, or AOT, to discuss the subsidence discovered on the west runway of Suvarnabhumi Airport and the breakdown of the control tower. More than a week ago, a construction plan for a 3rd runway was also raised at the meeting, while a committee will be set up to supervise the management of the airport to increase efficiency. Here's more.
The discovery of subsidence on the west runway at Suvarnabhumi Airport and the breakdown of the control tower earlier this month created a considerable amount of inconvenience to aircraft and passengers landing at the international airport. AOT executives attributed the whole to heavy use of the crowded west runway, which is being used by over 800 inbound and outbound flights daily, because the east runway has been under repair since June, causing the west runway to wear out earlier than expected. At the meeting with the Prime Minister today, the AOT updated her on the repair work on the west runway, saying it will be 50% complete by July 18th and fully repaired by the end of the month. The west runway is expected to be reopened for service earlier than scheduled on August 2nd. Additionally, the AOT updated that an airport expansion project, which will start at the end of this year, will be completed by 2016. A 3rd runway will also be added once the AOT completes the Environmental Impact Assessment, or EIA. The Prime Minister ordered the AOT to set up a committee to supervise the management of the airport to improve efficiency, as well as to solve existing problems at the airport and to report back within 2 weeks.
Investors are worried about protests or violence that may follow the verdict concerning the charter amendment process. Although the Thai economy is not in trouble, businesses that have recovered over the past year, such as in tourism industry, may be in trouble with little hope of recovering quickly should politically feel violence break out. I spoke to Kun Payungsak Chasripon, the chairman of the Federation of Thai Industries, about the steps Thai businesses should take if they want to stay strong and expand during this volatile time.
So they understand the Thailand situation very well, so they will have more confidence on Thailand.
But this, the Thai economy, we know that we are facing also the global economic downturn, and also we have the domestic economic problems like since last year. Do you think that what would be the areas that we have to focus most?
I think we have to focus on the crisis from Eurozone and also the other direct or indirect impact for our economy. But since we have to increase our competitiveness, so the investor or the company try to find more order from the existing economy, we have to look or to consider where is our potential market. There's still some room that we can improve our export volume.
You also will be accompanied with the Prime Minister to Europe. What will be most of the investors expect from this trip?
I think the government will have a very good relationship with Europe, especially this time with Germany and France, and all the investors also they can raise the problem that may arise from the Eurozone to the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister will have the official talk with the country, and all the exporter can have networking with the investor in Germany and in France. Especially Thai would like to promote the tourism, promote the food industry and others.
Local environmental authorities suspect that leaked ammonia from nearby ice factories may have caused the unusual death of over 100,000 fish in the Klong Creek in Nakhon Ratchasima province. The dead fish incident may have been caused by ammonia leaking from ice factories located only 3 kilometers away from the creek. Some of the ice factories had been cleaning out their ammonia tanks 3 days ago, and when officials from the department went to investigate the factories, they found that the factories had no water filter system to treat their wastewater. The General Director of the Department of Industrial Works at the Nakhon Ratchasima Provincial Fisheries Office and Environment Bureau Division have met to discuss how to cleanse the polluted creek water. So far, they've released fresh water from the local reservoir into the creek to flush out the polluted water and to increase oxygen levels for surviving fish. Studies from earlier today show that oxygen levels have indeed increased. The Office of Disease Prevention and Control Ubon Ratchathani opened a contagious hand, foot and mouth disease or HFMD specific center in Sapasit Prasong Hospital after more than 600 HFMD cases have been reported in 7 provinces in the northeastern region. Hand, foot and mouth disease or HFMD struck approximately 640 people in the northeastern area, particularly in provinces on the Cambodian border, namely Sisaket, Surin and Ubon Ratchathani, while the dangerous antiretrovirus type 71, which causes severe inflammation of the tissue surrounding the brain, spinal cord and heart, is now spreading through Cambodia. The investigation revealed that most Thai patients have been infected by the Coxsackie virus, which is very fatal and can be treated. However, Salayut Uttamangkapong, the director of the Office of Disease Prevention and Control, expressed concern because the HFMD incident rate in 7 provinces of the lower northeast has increased 3 times compared to the same period last year. To control the spread of HFMD, all people wanting to cross the Thai-Cambodian border have to undergo a thermal scan to check their temperature. A team of doctors were also dispatched to hospital near the border to educate the locals on how they can help prevent the spread of the disease. Chiang Mai and Lamprang public health officers issue alerts about the illness as the number of known HFMD cases in their provinces has already reached 26 and 186 respectively. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rungtip Chornapalai. สวัสดีค่ะ